the Fort Worth Playboy. And here we are, Wednesday morning, 6:30 a.m., bright and early. What do we talk about? We talk about game, pickup, relationships, and sex. And when I say we, it's usually me and Bunny. And Bunny will be here tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Makes for a much more interesting, much easier on the eyes broadcast. And hopefully you can join us then. It's been a very busy morning, and I know you have things to do. We're going to get right into it. Again, we focus in on game, pickup, relationships, and sex, and we always start off with a maxim. And today's maxim is maxim number 19. It shows 21. We're working our way backwards, apparently. There's around 200 of these. Maxim number 19. Never take a woman's word. A woman's actions are the best interpreters of her thought. Again, this is a classic, and this is, a lot of sayings were derived from this. Watch what she does, not what she says. Or don't listen to what she says, watch what she does. You'll hear variations on this, just depending on who's speaking and what they've heard. But again, never take a woman's word. A woman's actions are the best interpreters of her thoughts. And again, the best example of this is when you ask a girl out is, she'll say yes, or she'll say no, but, I have to wash my hair. And then she'll say, you'll go, well, if you're washing your hair Wednesday, can you meet me like on Thursday? Well, I can. I just have to, yeah, I guess. And then she cancels the day before. If a girl wants to meet up with you, she'll make it happen. But if she doesn't, it's kind of like guys go, hey, do you think she likes me? I go, well, you need to ask her out first. That's how you find out. Her actions will tell you everything you need to know. Chatting with her, texting her, talking to her, you're just a text buddy. You're just one of hundreds, if not thousands of men that have come through her life and just chatted her up. But if she meets up with you, the likelihood is she's open, as long as you don't talk her out of it, to fucking. Again, she's proving through her actions. She may say, oh, I never fuck on the first date. And then you've got her heels up on your shoulders 35 minutes into your first date. You know that she fucks on the first date. Her actions speak louder than words. Girls say all kinds of things that have no bearing whatsoever on reality. And again, even when they do say it, it only means that's how they feel at that moment. I love you right now. I can't wait to see you right now. I'll be so horny, right? I'm so horny right now. Again, all these things are simply their present emotional state, and it has nothing to do with their permanent condition or feelings. I mean, this is why guys go through divorces. Girls change their mind. And I know that's kind of like a crazy, insane thing, but quite often that's really what it comes down to is a girl changes her mind. He goes, do you love me? Well, she's fucking somebody else and she's divorcing you. So oh yeah, I still love you, but the old I love you, but I'm not in love with you. So you have to simply look at what she's doing. But once you get this, it does make women much more easy and simple to read. You simply watch what she's doing, and that will tell you everything you need to know about her mindset or what she wants to do. If she's in front of a guy, that's the guy she likes. If she's actively avoiding somebody, she has no interest in them. And you can be either of these guys. So never take a woman's word. I can't wait to see you. Then she flakes 15 minutes before. And you're like, I don't know what to do. And you know what? I would probably say that that's the number one classic question is, how many times should I ask this girl out? Because guys will ask a girl out in the old sense, and she'll say yes, and then cancel on him. And then he'll go, well, and she'll be like, oh, well, like next Wednesday, I could do this next Wednesday. He goes, oh, okay, and then she cancels again. You're like, they're like, how many times? Well, you should have only asked her out once. And you just got a yes, a no, I can't, but I can do it on this date. And you said it, and if she says I can't make it, you just never talk to her again. Or she says no, and then you don't talk to her again. It's that simple. But once you learn this and actually look at their face value, it tells you everything you need to know. Anything they say is really irrelevant, which makes it harder as you move forward. These guys have to go to divorce court and serious matters, and you're dealing with somebody that you really can't believe anything that comes out of their mouth. You just have to simply look at what are they doing, and that will give you your answer. It doesn't mean they're imperceptible. It doesn't mean they're a mystery or they're like smoke, or they, like some of these old blue-pilled guys go, women are a mystery. I'll never understand them. Well, you'll understand them if you just watch what they're doing, and that'll tell you everything about where their head is. And that's all you need to know. So as much deception and smoke and mirrors as a girl will use, simply watching her actions will tell you everything you need to know about where her head is at that time. And that keeps you out of trouble, keeps you sane, helps you stay one step ahead. And again, nothing she says is serious. Nothing she does can affect you. Just have them around for a good time. If you go forward and make serious plans, just know that, you kind of have to control the plans to make sure they happen. And that is the real deal on maxim number 19. Never take a woman's word. A woman's actions are the best interpreters of her thought. Next slide. If you have questions, you can ask on YouTube. I'll try to get to them during the broadcast. If not, Bunny and I can address it tomorrow. And if you have a specific question that you want Bunny and I to address tomorrow, let me know so I won't try to answer it today. 99% of the biggest sluts on the face of the earth describe themselves as shy at first, but friendly once I get to know you. All girls, universally, are shy at first. There's a teeny tiny, itty bitty tiny percentage. You might meet one or two in your lifetime that are not actually shy at first. And that will only be with a few men that they're not shy at first. They kind of see something that they want and they go for it. Very rare. The exception proves the rule. All girls, I don't care if she's slept with no one or 1,000 or 10,000 men, she will be self-described as shy at first. Almost all girls get over that pretty fast. But here's the thing, and I shared a story yesterday from a day gamer. He said he stopped a girl, and he said it took about 5 minutes of conversation, which it might have taken like 2, to kind of get her to start warming up, because 5 minutes is a long time. I mean, where you're just carrying the whole thing. But you have to know in the beginning of just about every conversation you ever have with any girl that doesn't know you, you're going to have to carry the conversation in the beginning, because they're all shy at first. And again, and I've asked Bunny about this, and I wish she was here that she could kind of explain it. Girls are hesitant to be overly effusive or overly familiar. One, they don't know the guy, so they're not sure what his intentions are. Like Bunny said, she doesn't know how much fucking time is this guy going to waste of my life. Because girls get stopped to chat so much and so many times by so many people, and not always men that they want to speak with or engage with. Their first question is, how much of my life is this guy going to take up? So they're hesitant. They don't want to encourage the wrong guys to kind of keep chatting it up. And that's the problem is, you need to realize that if you're in front of her, you're in the 1%. Most men are terribly boring, terribly self-centered. So, and the third thing is, girls don't want to open their mouth and then all of their skeletons fall out. Girls are going to be very hesitant because they have to put off that. I've been celibate for 2 years and I've only been with 3 men, and I really need to get to know you. All of those deceptions have to come out. And so she has to protect that value. So she's going to be shy at first. And I wish I could share. There's a couple of videos where the girl, they put a handsome man in front of the girl and they just put the camera on her face, and girls will be like stone. They'll be like, they don't want to give anything away. A lot of times when you talk to girls or you say, so what did you think of that guy? And they go, oh, he's pretty handsome. I'm sure he's full of shit. I'm sure he's full of himself. They are so used to like having their egos pumped that they are hesitant to pump anybody else's ego. It's one of those things like me, 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 me. So you have to realize that no matter what, for whatever reason, in the beginning, when you introduce yourself to a woman, unknown woman, you're going to have to carry the ball. They are all shy at first. And most are friendly once they get to know you. I mean, there's some like chronically shy girls that like almost all, and I remember the first time I started questioning this, I'd meet a girl and she'd be kind of like quiet. And, I'd ask like her sister or her friend, I'd be like, is she always like that? They're like, fuck no, I can't hear her to shut up. But there isn't a teeny tiny handful of women that are truly chronically boring. And that's how they move through the world. They don't say a lot. They don't do a lot. They don't think a lot. They don't participate a lot. And so that might be the right girl for you, but generally it's not. So you have to discern. And if you're not sure, do ask a friend. If they go, God, I can't get that bitch to shut up most of the time, it means that doesn't mean she likes you, doesn't mean she doesn't like you. It just means she's following the girl script of being somewhat deceptive and being shy at first. It has no bearing, no indicator whatsoever of her true personality, her true feelings, or how she feels about you or the situation. So 99% of the biggest sluts on the face of the earth describe themselves as shy at first, but friendly once I get to know you. All girls will present in the beginning like this. That's why you have to carry the ball. You have to ask them out. You have to make things happen. And if you aren't okay with that, you're going to have to retire to the masturbatorium. And that's going to be your fate. So just know that. Next slide, so I can know where to edit this thing. She should fall into one category: fuck yes, fuck no, or fuck off. And that is how you should sort women. Again, does she like me? Does she like me? The answer to your does she like me question is answered by you asking her out. And she's going to give you fuck yes, or fuck no, or fuck no, but I can Wednesday. So you've got 2 yeses and a no. The middle one, the fuck no, and no alternative is no. Again, as you're going out with her, if she's putting the brakes on sex, it's fuck no. And then you have to tell her to fuck off. Again, she's either moving towards sex or she can fuck off. It's that simple. It's either fuck yes or fuck off. You don't have time for time wasters. You're not a text buddy. You're not an orbiter. You don't have time for that. You have too many things of interest and women of interest to waste your valuable time. There are other men out there that can be her orbiter or her emotional tampon. That's not your role. So again, if that is how she's trying to fit you in, if you realize that she's setting up a date, but then flaking, but still talking to you, she can fuck off. It's either fuck yes, fuck no, or fuck off. Again, when these girls this is why you only ask them out once. And they can either show up or they can fuck right off. It's either yes, no, or you can go. Again, you have to stop waffling back and forth, because these girls are going to tell you which category they want to be in by their actions. Is she getting herself in front of you? Is she bending time and space? Is she coming over right after work? Is she skipping dates with other dudes? Is she going out and then coming over to your place? That tells you, will she come over like in the middle of the night? That tells you everything you need to know. And she's either fuck yes or she can fuck off. And when you carry that attitude, they're going to know. And they're going to pick it up pretty quick. And then they'll tell their friends. And then you have even fewer problems to worry about. But again, you can't let girls waffle, use you, siphon money off of you, use you for your time or for rides, for bullshit. It's either fuck yes, she's moving towards sex, fuck no, she's not moving towards sex, in which she can fuck off. And I'm sure there's a better explanation. We may redo this one tomorrow just with Buddy here, because this one would be a good one for both of us to attack at the same time. Next slide. Guy says, last girl I was with put out 2 nights in a row, and a week later presented that we need to become friends first. She still wanted to sext and send nudes. We met up later and she acted completely different. Why do you think she did that? And I gave 2 options. See, that's where sometimes not taking any action is the best action to take. 2 possibilities. Standard shit test. If you say, okay, you fail. And he didn't. He just said, okay, well, I'll see you Wednesday. She thinks you may have boyfriend potential and doesn't want you putting her in the slut friends with benefits category. Either way, the answer is, again, fuck me or fuck off. If you've already fucked a girl, there's no backtracking. You should, at least the first 6 months to a year, every time you meet up, you hook up. Sex is on the plate every day. Every time you meet up, you're fucking. It conveys to her what you're there for. Again, none of this like fucking 2 or 3 times, then you go out and you go hiking and all this other bullshit. You need to be having sex, because otherwise, why would you have her in your life? It doesn't make any sense. You can hike with your buddies. That's what makes her different, is you can put your dick in her. So 2 possibilities. A standard shit test. Again, girls are deceptive. Girls want to test you. So she says, you know what? I'll see if I cut off the sex if he waffles and then falls apart. And again, the guy said, okay, I'll see you Wednesday. I just kept doing what I was doing. And usually, especially in the beginning, that's the best thing. Because if she canceled Wednesday because she goes, oh, I don't want to meet up and have sex, or she's got another guy that she's focusing in on, guy or guys. But usually it's an ex that's come back. Anytime you start fucking a girl and you fucked her 2 or 3 times and you're starting to build up some momentum, and then she pulls back or bails, it means that an ex came, or daddy, one of her baby's daddies, or one of her boyfriends that was in jail got out and is back on the scene. And once it falls apart, and it always falls apart, and she comes back around, she'll say, hey, I'm sorry I just kind of ghosted on you like that, but my ex came back in and I've known him for years, and I just wanted to give that a chance, and I couldn't really wrap my head around explaining it all to you. And okay, as you're taking her clothes off. So that is what you have to know is, and she also thinks you may have boyfriend potential. She may think that, hey, I need to pull back, because again, she sees you moving her, especially if you're a player, into that friends with benefits or fuck buddy category. And she doesn't want to go into that. She wants to go into the girlfriend candidate category. So that's okay. And that's normal. Just know that. But again, he did the right thing. He just showed up and kept having sex with her. And things just kept, and she probably forgot by Wednesday of the next week. She probably completely forgot she had ever had this conversation. And the reason she did it was, like I said, one of those, it's either a shit test or she was thinking, man, or the guy that she thinks will be her boyfriend fell off. And so now she's like, I got to have another boyfriend lined up. And she thinks you're the guy. So it doesn't really matter what the reason is. What it is a standard. I mean, because this is the kind of thing that throws guys that don't know any better completely off track. And they fumble the girl because they take what she says seriously, that she wants to be friends first. He starts thinking, well, maybe I should just meet up with her and we just kind of like hang out and be friends, get to know each other. No, you get to know each other through sex and being around each other to have sex. That's it. It's kind of like girls that want to go, I need to be in a relationship before I have sex. Well, that doesn't make any sense. It's sex first, then relationship, maybe. Again, sex is the foundation. Sex is what makes your relationship different than your relationship with your sister or with any other girls that you're not having sex with. Again, that's what the difference is the intimacy. So last week I was with a girl 2 nights in a row, and a week later she presented with the Become Friends. And again, this is like delayed buyer's remorse. And they go, oh, I shouldn't have fucked that guy, 2 times last week. So maybe they want to feel better about their decision. If I pull back now, maybe, and then a week later, she's like, got her feet up around her ears again. It's just because that's where they're going to be. That's just the way it is. So it's always 2 possibilities. It's either a shit test or she's got some kind of guilt or another dude in the background. None of it matters to you. All you're doing is showing up and moving her to sex. That's it. And if she says no, then she's out. That's easy. So you have fuck yes or fuck off. So either way, that's the real deal. Jeff Arno, I'm going to read this. And let's see if I can read it. Oh, was on a business trip with a colleague this week, a bit of a player. Girl he was seeing gave him the I'm going to guess that's going to be LJBF. Let's just be friends. He said no. Within 3 days, she reached out and wanted to be more than friends. Oh, shit test. Yeah. If he's already banging her, he was seeing her, gave him the let's just be friends. He said, no, I'm not going to be your friend. No, you never backtrack. They'll reach out and test you. And it is a classic shit test. Now, thank you for asking me, Jeff, because every guy that watches this, at some point, if you run enough girls, if you run 3 girls in your lifetime, you will run into this shit test where they're like, and again, it doesn't really matter what the motivators are. It's usually they feel remorse because they fucked you like within 30 minutes of meeting you on the first date. They have that buyer's remorse. Another dude is their boyfriend comes back into the picture or their husband. There's something causing emotions. And so they want to make themselves feel better, pull back on you. But you're either there, they can either fuck or they can fuck off. You don't give them the let's be friends option because that's a blue pill option and it's a mistake. And you're not going to go back. It's harder once you go, oh, okay. And then you're thinking in your head, well, I'll just, talk her into it. Or maybe she'll change her mind. No, because you've already canceled yourself out by falling into her frame of she's leading the way. She's telling you how this is going to be. Again, it's let's just be friends. Yeah, it's a classic shit test. It has nothing to do with reality. Doesn't matter where the motivations are. Your answer always is, no, I'm not interested. I've got enough friends. Talk to you later. And then you get off the phone. And then she can either chase you down or she can fuck off. Either way, your feet are tapping and you move on. And if she wants to come back in, that's great. She come over and you guys can fuck. But I wouldn't really put out, and this is Coach Corey Wayne's influence too. He's like, once a girl fucks up like that, you don't put out any effort for her. You don't take her out anywhere. You don't meet up somewhere. It's simply she can come over, you've got some wine, and she can come over and you guys can watch TV and fuck. And really, that's the best way. He's really good about like being adamant about not investing anything in girls that fuck up like that. And again, the best thing to do is she does reach out, you go, hey, it's good to hear from you. I can't wait to see you. Why don't you come on over? And then you bang, and then she's back in the rotation. So 2 possibilities. It's either a standard shit test, which it is. It's definitely a shit test. Or she thinks you may have potential and she's like wanting. But again, if you're boyfriend material, she's going to be banging. So she knows that too. It just sounds better. Like I said, there's always some kind of, what would you say? There'll always be like some kind of head trash that they are going through. Smart girls will hide it and keep it to themselves, but not all girls are smart. Let's see. We have about 3 minutes, which is not really fair. We are going to skip this one because it deserves more of a more time dedicated to it. When spinning plates, you put girls into categories, and that matters. So we've covered 4 or 5 topics today. If you have any questions, by all means, you can text them to us. You can DM through Twitter. You can send them by email at fortworthplayboy@gmail.com, or go direct through the consult form. Again, if you want to support this channel, you can support, like, comment below. You're welcome, Jeff, and I appreciate it. Or invest financially through fortworthplayboy.gumroad.com or myplayboysbunny.gumroad.com. She's got the Fuck Like a Porn Star series, nothing like fucking like a porn star, all summer long. Again, it gives you a chance to try out your new skills in volume. But we will be back here tomorrow morning, Bunny and I, at 7 a.m., bright and early. And we usually run about 45 minutes to an hour. Bring your questions, and because we definitely run a tighter ship when we're together. And we will have 4 or 5 tweets that we're going to go through, and we will take your questions and answer your questions. And you can get our insight on your situation. Hope you guys have a great Wednesday.